In this MATLAB tutorial, I'm going to cover the very basic operations that you will encounter while using MATLAB. This video and all my videos are designed to be easy to follow since learning to code in MATLAB can be difficult. This video in particular is meant for those who have zero experience in MATLAB. To start off, the script is what happens. This is where you type out your code, and when it's run, MATLAB executes it. Just like a Word document or anything you read in English, MATLAB reads code from top to bottom, left to right. Every coding software you encounter will have a different operating language. The syntax is sort of like the punctuation and spelling of a coding language. It works just like written language in that you can have spelling mistakes and punctuation errors, and with those mistakes and errors, MATLAB might not understand what you're trying to do. So learning the syntax is important and often difficult to remember or understand. The command window is where it happens. If you have a line of code that tells MATLAB to print something, this is where it will appear, as well as any warning and error messages. You can type anything in the command window, and when you press enter, that line will be executed. If you want to run something with multiple lines, like a for loop within your command window, you can use shift and enter to create a new line. It should be noted that your main code should be in your script file and not the command window. When you execute a script or save a variable, those variables are stored in the workspace. In the workspace, you can double-click the variables to see details like the variable type or numerical value. Utilizing the workspace will become more important later on. Your script file is saved in a working folder. If you have a lab report, project, or homework assignment, I'd create a separate folder for each assignment just for your organizational purposes. Anything outside of this working folder, with the exception of MATLAB's built-in functions, will not be seen by MATLAB unless you change the working folder. When you save an unsaved file, it will ask you where to save it. Select the folder you want and run your code. This is now your working folder. If you need to change your working folder at any point in time, you can navigate over to the address bar and select the folder you want. You can also locate a file from the File Explorer within the folder you want to work from, and then run that file. How I begin each of my script files is by typing clc, clear, close all, format long, format compact. clc clears the command window screen. Clear clears the workspace variables. You may encounter some issues with overwriting variables in the future, so this takes care of it. Close all closes all of the open MATLAB figures. This will be more useful when we get into plotting later on. Format long displays more significant digits when showing a variable in the command window. And format compact decreases the line spacing in the command window. A key element of coding is commenting. Some people will say it's not needed, but it can help other people who are debugging your code understand what you are doing or what each variable and equation means. It can even help you understand your own thought process. These comments aren't read by MATLAB, and they're purely for human clarification. To make a comment, MATLAB recognizes everything after a % symbol as a comment, and they can be placed anywhere in your code. Using a double % will create a new section, sort of like a new paragraph. This is useful when you need to run a specific section of code for debugging purposes, or you just want to organize your code more. Another important element in coding is suppressing your variables. Every time a calculation is made or a variable is stored, MATLAB wants to display it in the command window. To avoid them from being displayed every time, use a semicolon at the end of your statement to suppress that line. If you're required to publish your code for a submission, hit the Publish tab. From there, select the drop-down icon and select Edit Publishing Options. Choose your output file format, PDF works best. Choose your output folder and hit Publish. I like my layout of MATLAB to be in the dark mode. If you want to change your interface colors, go to Preferences, then Colors to change the colors to your liking. I also prefer my editor window and my command window to be in separate windows because it makes viewing other documents, like your homework or YouTube, easier. You can also modify your environment by docking and undocking each window using a small arrow near the upper right corner of each window. And that concludes the basic intro to MATLAB.